They're on sale now, just in time for Christmas. ClevelandOrchestra.com. 2 tickets for you. Cleveland Orchestra does Raiders of the Lost Ark next June. Caller 10, they're yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
Sure, you could listen to another show, but then how would you find the puppies we've buried in boxes around the city? 100.7 WMMS.
Yo quiero pedir en mi negra me quiero, que tenga dinero y que no se muero. Ay, te quiero pedir.
I hope you can make it out to Strongsville to hang with us for a bit.
I don't know.
We're doing the first tap of the new Winter Buzzard Brew that we were fortunate enough to try right off the line out there at the Brew Kettle, me and Bill and Poundcake, about a week and a half ago. And we're going to tap the first keg tonight. It starts at 5. We'll get there after the show, of course. But they have the all-new...
Let's end the show early so we can be there at 5.
The Top Golf Swing Suite's there, and maybe we should end the show early. I mean...
I'm in.
I hadn't even considered it.
Let's do it.
It's on the show now. Screw it. Let's go pregame in the parking lot.
Yeah, we should be there before all the listeners get there to greet them.
All right.
Here's how the rest of the show is going to go. Mary's going to cry. Probably.
I'm not getting crying vibes off her today.
I'm in a good mood today.
Oh, that's right.
I found out I don't have cancer today.
Hey!
How exciting is that?
That's great.
I guess I didn't. I don't know if I have cancer or not. So.
You've not been tested. Yeah.
So you're in the lead.
I had some...
I definitely don't have cervical cancer.
You definitely don't have cervical cancer.
This is lady stuff you were worried about?
This is lady stuff. I had a PAP a couple weeks ago, and like it has for the last 6 years, it came back abnormal again. So when the PAP comes back abnormal, there's a whole slew of things they can do, and the next step is biopsies. So last Thursday, I went in and had the biopsies done, and they came back today as benign. No
benign.
Yes.
All right.
So the problem is, the reason why things keep coming back abnormal, and I've done like a lot of different things, like a LEAP procedure, which is like where they take and electrically shave off the first layer of your cervix.
Yep.
And so I've tried a lot of different things, and you really can't do many of those. They don't suggest doing more than like 2, because then you're not going to have a lot of cervix left. But the next thing they suggested, which I thought was interesting, was getting the Gardasil shot, which is the HPV vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I'm already have it, they were saying, like much like COVID, if you get the vaccine for it, all it's going to do is up your antibodies, and it might help your body. It's not like proven cure or anything like that, but they're like, you've tried so many other things that this would be another thing to try. So
is the LEAP like the old school DNC when they used to do those?
I don't know what that
They
is.
scrape you out and they pull some, used to be called a DNC.
No.
Oh, it's not the same
a LEAP,
thing.
okay.
I thought maybe this was an updated high-tech version.
No. If you put your first finger and your thumb together like a circle, like an OK sign kind of, and close it, that's what a cervix looks like. Okay? We're going to get
Well,
nice
you don't have to tell me what a cervix looks like.
You've
baby.
never seen a cervix with your eyes.
Yeah!
So what a LEAP
You don't know what I've seen. You said it yourself. I'm old. You don't know what I've seen.
What a LEAP does is it essentially, it's a loop that is electric, like charged. So what it does is they take this
like a
loop and they they like burn off the whole first layer of your cervix.
It's like lunch at Slyman's.
Yes. So, gross. No. That's a great before I pictured it.
She's like, yeah, you know how they shave it down and pile it higher, please.
Shawarma.
Pile it higher, please.
But
Get a lamb donor.
that's like over 98% effective. And I had that done in 2021, and it was not effective for me.
Ooh,
So,
you were the other 2%.
oof, it was rough. 1.7% or whatever. So yeah, the next thing to try would be this Gardasil shot, which it's a series of 3 shots. I know it can be incredibly expensive, depending on where you go. But that is like the plan moving forward. So hopefully.
But you don't have cancer.
I do not. It came back
That's
today.
good news.
I was crying on my story last week or 2 weeks ago because I was like, I'm so friggin' fed up with this. I'm so tired of this. I'm so over having to deal with it. And yeah, I had a lot of women reaching out like, oh, I've been through it. It's so hard. It can feel so isolating. And then the results came back today. So.
Reason number 4,693 that it's good to be a gal.
Oh, it's the worst.
So fun.
Just the worst.
Oh.
But yeah.
Well, congratulations.
So that's a good day today.
That is good.
I put a little messy bun, put on some mascara. I'm going to go shake hands and kiss babies at the brew kettle.
Yeah.
So today's a good day.
Maybe we will end early. I hadn't even thought about that. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
You think we should end early today, Kevin, so we can get to the brew kettle?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Good answer.
All right, what's up?
And I'd like to join you. If that's okay.
Go ahead, man.
Never mind.
No?
Yeah, brew
Yeah,
kettle.
of course we want to hang out with you, Kevin.
Right there in Strongsville,
Yeah,
man.
sorry.
Yeah, get a
Yeah,
your
let's
first
go.
tap of this Buzzard Winter Brew. It's delish.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah. What's up?
And by the way, on the
what are you
bingo
wearing,
card, I
though?
got B9.
B9.
Hey,
Hope
there
your
you go.
tumor is right.
Hey, just wanted to let you know if you guys are ever down between the Science Center and the Rock Hall in the summer months when it's warm, there are a ton of goldfish down there in that little marina area that you'll see them swimming around like nothing.
Oh yeah,
Just wanted to wave
like
at you, yeah.
the big feral goldfish that they're talking about.
Exactly.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for the heads
Yeah.
up. I do have
You're welcome.
I'm a member at the Rock Hall, so I'll go down there, take a friend down there, and then we'll go look at goldfish.
Oh, good.
And be like, isn't this
think
better
you
than the museum?
Honey, bring your
you go.
goldfish binoculars. We're gonna go hunt. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Maybe we'll see you there at the Brew Kettle in Strongsville. Yeah. Okay. Well. So Mara doesn't have cancer.
I told a friend of mine that
Kevin
today.
has got us the hookup with feral goldfish.
And he goes, I
A
was like,
momentous day so far.
I know. I was like, oh, I don't have cancer. I'm so excited. And he goes, were you supposed to? I'm like, that's a weird way to phrase that question. Like,
Friend said that.
I'll tell you later.
Yes, I was supposed to have cancer.
I wasn't
Stupid
supposed to.
And my
Were you
subscription
talking
ran
to
out.
Marty? Like, what?
Yeah.
Who's the idiot?
No. But yeah, it's that, like, the lady stuff can always be hard, man. And it's a lot of times you don't feel like you're being heard or you like they don't trust you with your own body. And it can be incredibly frustrating. But today's a good day. So I don't think I'm going to cry today.
You have to wonder why that is, too. You know
Why
what I
they
mean?
don't trust us?
Yeah, because, I mean,
Because women have smaller brains. It's science, Alan.
well, it's the 21st century. I
Right.
mean, I'm surprised there's part of me that's not surprised because it's so silly, but there's other parts of me that are very surprised that these patients of every stripe,
Yeah.
but since we're talking about women and their particular needs, it is interesting that so many women are looked at or get their eyes rolled at them. And
Well, you really have to advocate for
by
yourself.
medical professionals, by
and
the way.
Like, so this started being a problem 6 years ago. And before I fully understood what was going on, I started asking for a hysterectomy. And a lot of the time it was, oh, you're too young. You don't know. You might want kids later. You're only, 28. You're this, you're that. You're not married. And I'm like, yes, but again,
But you
if
want
this
kids
is-
now, right?
no. That's exactly what I'm saying. Or they'll be like, if you are married, they'll be like, well, that's something you need to discuss with your husband, or you need to do this, or take your time, or here's a pamphlet, or whatever. And I get you don't want to make any rash decisions. But with my specific case, getting a hysterectomy won't help because that's not the part. They're like, that's a major surgery.
Right.
So getting that out doesn't really cure if this were to turn into vaginal or cervical cancer because we can't take your vagina out.
I mean,
it's
you
in there.
can, but it's a really, really complicated procedure.
Yeah.
Poundcake will watch some YouTube videos so you can do.
Yeah, you figure it out. You've never seen one before. I'll let you operate on
I
me.
mean, Mary,
borrow
I've taken
it
out a
for a
couple of
little bit.
vaginas in my day, so I don't know.
Borrow it for-
I'll give it back.
Borrow it. Make a cast of it. No, but it does get frustrating when you feel like, and I don't mean to be sexist, but especially from like a male doctor when they'll
It's
roll,
not sex. That's what
they'll
I mean.
roll their eyes at you, or they'll be like, oh, this isn't going to hurt at all, or it's just a pinch. And I'm like, you are taking a part of my body. You are biopsying a very tender part of my body that you have no idea if this hurts or not. It's incredibly painful. Like, what are you talking about?
I was reading an article like 6 or 7 years ago about how black patients were way less likely to be given pain medications.
Black women, I've heard
Black
a
women,
lot of black
especially,
women
they're like,
complain.
they'll roll their eye. I was like, what is going on, man?
Well, I mean, it's just it's horrible. It's racist. It's sexist that they're like, oh, you don't. Okay, sweetheart. What? Oh, you have a low tolerance for pain.
They think that people are
But if you're a
drug
doctor,
seekers.
but if you're a doctor, why would you respond?
Well,
Listen,
that doesn't
doctors.
change people's
I
personalities.
know doctors are humans too, but I mean, I guess you.
Doctors can be racist.
Yes.
No, no,
and
absolutely,
sexist.
absolutely. But
No, not that one.
Oh, they can't be. Doctors can't be sexist.
Oh.
I have a real hard time with specifically over the last 6 years. Anytime I've had a male gynecologist and they tell me what it's going to feel like, I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. And it's not like, okay, sure.
Best from their ability.
Medically, you've been told what this might be like, but you have literally no clue.
I have a
and I know
question.
that's not great because not everybody's broken their arm and they can tell you it hurts.
no, but I mean,
You've never been through it. You don't know emotionally what I'm already going through.
but aren't they just
you know?
telling you you're going to feel a little pinch?
And it's always a lie. Biopsies hurt, dude. And they don't numb you. They tell you, oh, you can take some ibuprofen if that might help you 30 minutes before I cut your insides out.
Oh.
Anyway, Cody, what's your question?
My question is, those doctors, do you ever think that they are in the industry to like look at vaginas? No. You never,
It's
you
not
never get creeped
sexy
out
You don't
when
by
get
you're
it?
in
to
there
see-
fixing stuff.
Yeah, you don't get to see, like, you don't
But
get to
what
pick the vaginas.
But
you get
what
to
makes
see.
you go into that line of work? Like, is
Money.
your passion?
Well, it's
Okay.
a well-paying job. It's in the medical field. It's going to be around forever. And I hope people want to help women. I'm saying specifically gynecology. I hope that they want to, do good things for women
saying-
and their health.
I was gonna say there's a bunch of different ways you can make money as a medical professional. There are different. A dentist, surgeons, whatever. But
Yeah,
gotta kinda
drilling. There's a high suicide rate with dentists because they're constantly inflicting pain on people, drilling into people's mouths, just staring at these just
What do you think is worse,
awful.
a dentist or a gynecologist? When you're talking about like bad cases,
I would go with
people's teeth are awful, man.
that's what I mean.
No.
I feel like people are less likely to take care of their teeth than their vaginas.
I'd still rather
like-
be dealing with someone's mouth
I
than
feel like
someone's vagina.
100 bad mouths is way easier to deal with than one really
What?
bad vagina.
It smells worse.
Yes.
Like
bad
a
mouth or
really bad
vagina.
one.
Ugh.
Like, you've seen, like, what people's toenails will do.
Yeah, but
Imagine
okay.
somebody...
I
Like,
guess
know,
I can't imagine a vagina getting that. Like
imagine,
some
like,
people's
somebody-
mouths, they haven't brushed their teeth in
Right.
30 years.
So imagine how well they're taking care of their vagina if it's got like a cyst or
But
it's
I feel
got
like a vagina hurts worse. Again, this is me being
It's-
mansplaining. I feel like
Tell me.
It's,
I'm saying
or it's got like a
Wait a
wart.
second. But what does the pain have to do with
because
it?
I'm saying your teeth will fall out eventually when they rot. A vagina,
It's not gonna fall out.
Whatever pain is there, you're just going to have to deal with it. So I feel like you'll be more prone to take care of the tenderness of that area than something that will come out. Like you can get dentures, people
Well,
can get veneers.
Look at it
whatever.
this way.
Vagina dentures.
There was a movie about that, right? Alan?
teeth.
Teeth,
Yeah.
yeah. What I would say is, when you go to the dentist, he or she, they swing in at the last minute, right? The hygienist is doing most of the
They're
work.
doing the cleaning.
The dentist
yeah.
comes in and goes, yeah, all right, pokes you, make sure nothing's bleeding, and then they send you off. Now, that's my experience. I don't usually, I go in for a cleaning, I'm in on 20 minutes. I know there's people that have more things going on than that, but you're a gynecologist, you're down there the whole time, unless you got somebody, you got the miner's helmet on and whatever. And,
No,
you
they
know,
don't
Mask
do
on
that.
And a clothespin.
They have a light that they shine in, that they angle. There's not going in there spelunking.
what's the matter with the
I mean, that's
miner's
No,
helmet?
I have never experienced that.
I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
the Civil War.
I'm saying, why not do that? I have a whole bunch of headband lights at my house.
Is that
when
what
I'm
you're
like
using
doing-
them for?
No, but you could.
No, they have proper medical equipment that they use that is not attached to their body, unless you count their hands. I guess.
A bendy work light is a better idea than having one on the top of your head. I mean,
Like
you're
the big one that comes down from the ceiling, like kind of like the dentist one, right?
No, it's like
It's like the
think of like a
alien
ring
in
light.
Flight of the Navigator.
think of like a ring light, except it's on wheels and it's straight.
like if you're a
And you
TikTok influencer.
point it right at it. Yeah.
Okay.
If your vagina's an influencer, you got the ring light already down there.
Kind of, but
Yeah,
it's
you
just
point
a
the
beam.
light at it, and the vagina starts doing like the little
Yeah,
dance.
I'm a savage. Pretty girls walk like this. He didn't say there was any organized dancing going on in there, but
Not yet.
not yet.
Maybe in the future when you have kids.
I'm not gonna have kids.
Good for you.
But yeah, so it's frustrating, it's upsetting, and every year it's so hard because also as a woman,
How hard is it?
It's so hard.
so hard. Sometimes they don't take me seriously when I cry. No, because HPV is like the most common STD there is. Like 75% of people have it, so people treat it like it's not a big deal. But it's also one of the only ones that causes cancer in women. So people treat it like it's not a big deal. And then when we test positive for it and like, nah, everybody has it. And you're like, yeah, but also this could be a huge friggin' deal. Like this could be a life-changing deal. So I think that's another level of it too. When women have issues with high-risk HPV and they're scared of cancer, sometimes men or other people who haven't experienced it will downplay it. Like, nah, oh, that's the one everyone gets. We can't even be tested for it.
Especially men who are in charge of things.
Yes.
Yeah,
They couldn't care less about women's health.
And maybe they don't want to
Ridiculous.
feel bad about it either. Like they're like, oh, I feel bad for giving you HPV or something.
But the thing is, I mean, very rarely are men even getting tested for it because it doesn't do anything to them.
Right.
Unless you get the kind that gives you warts. But
Yeah.
the kind that causes cancer, you know, in rare cases, it affects men in the same way that it affects women. So
Leslie, our scientist friend that calls in and draws ghost bag, wanted to let everybody know that a vagina can fall out. It's called a prolapsed vagina.
Yeah,
wow, look
sure
at that.
can.
Yeah.
Well, no, I assume.
Not like teeth, though.
I think we all knew that, but I mean, we were talking about something a little bit different than that. But
Hanging is
Yeah.
not falling out. I'm talking about
It doesn't get loose.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I heard.
You attach your vagina to a doorknob and try to slam it shut to
oh my
pull it out.
God.
I'll put it under your pillow for the vagina fairy.
You might get a shiny nickel. But yeah,
well,
it's a good day for that.
it's a good day for Mary's vagina.
Because 2 weeks ago was not a good day for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And I do want to say thank you because when I posted that on my story, I didn't talk about it while it was happening. You two, Alan, you asked me if I wanted to go home because I was sobbing. Sobbing in the last week. I'm crying so hard. You're like, dude, get out of here. You cannot be funny right now. But a lot of people reached out and were like, I've been there, just stay strong. And you know, those comments and everything mean a ton. So thank you to everybody who
They've
did.
been sobbing minutes before the radio show starts.
Yes, that's actually what they were saying. I've been there right before your show starts. I cry really hard because I don't really want to hear it either.
And if I'm not crying before the show starts, I sure as hell am as soon as it starts.
Right.
Alan, when I had my last baby, they had a light in the speculum. It was
Oh.
weirdly cool. There you go. Again, this is all great, and these are all advancements in medical illumination. I just don't know what the resistance is to having the headband headlight on.
I feel like it's not as
Because you push one
sturdy?
button and it turns red. You push it a second time and it flashes red. And then you push it a third time. It's got a lot of settings.
You
Why
get
would
like
you
the
need-
LED light one that makes it look like you're in like a
Kaleidoscope?
underwater.
Yeah. Put a filter on it.
But
do
who's
some
that
fun
for?
stuff.
That's to keep the gynecologist
Just to
interested.
set the mood, man.
I mean, if
I
you're
can't see it.
if you're
the vibe.
if you're hunkered down looking at flaps for a living, I mean, you want to mix it up a little.
Yeah.
First, do no harm.
Laps and discharges.
I feel like a male gyno's wife, like he's like, I know you have a pristine vagina, and if not, I'm gonna make sure you have the top. Like, how she has to be like the first lady of vaginas, doesn't she? Does she have to set the standard?
No, I think she's independent. Her vagina is independent.
She can do whatever she
from-
wants with it.
She really can.
As of 1 month ago.
But I'm just saying, if your husband's a gyno and you have a whack vagina,
A whack
I like to
vagina.
bring my work home with me, all right?
There was an episode of Friends like that where Rachel dated a gynecologist and she asked him kind of a similar question. He goes, you know, when you're at work, do you ever just get home and be like, if I see one more cup of coffee?
Yeah. I don't ever want to see one.
Right.
Well, there's your vagina news.